And good Sunday morning from trackside here at Rockingham Speedway. It is so far just myself, Aaron, in the booth. We'll see if Adam or Brett is able to join us later on in the race. It is a cooler morning than it was for the truck race yesterday. And today is the Black's Tire 200. And we're heading into the second chase race of the season, and it is time for it to be on the high banks and the 1 mile oval here in North Carolina. This is a tight race group racetrack. We have 43 cars versus the 25 that we had yesterday, and valuable points can be earned today. But you need to have one hell of a consistent race and one really good race car, and this is one of the tightest fields we've had in terms of car performance. And once again, to start the chase off, we are 2 for 2 on Reckless Racing polls. So let's go ahead and go through the starting lineup of the race, and it will be the last year's champion who has the pole position for today. Starting lineup is Noah Patwary, starting next to Justin Osborne in the MGR number 79. Starting behind them is going to be Brad Hughes with his best qualifying effort of the season with a new paint job adorned to the 7 car. That is now the King's Hawaiian Ford. He will be starting next to the number 81 of Jeff Cannon. That will be in the Mobile One Toyota. Starting the race in the row behind them, Timmy Weathers in that number 55 machine starts next to Aaron Douglas in the number 97. He turned the fastest time in practice at the racetrack, so keep an eye on that number 97 car. There's a lot of speed in it this weekend. Joseph Ernesto starting P7, best starting position for him in a while. He's next to Brett Pritchard in the Heatwave number 44, still with the Earnhardt Senior Wheaties paint scheme. Makoto Kino in the DeWalt number 33, getting to the final races left of the season for Makoto in that car. We'll see where the Japanese driver will go next season. She starts next to Daniel Quinones, who will wrap up the top 10. Then it's Kuanizo and Jay Langelier. Hey, Lakatui for coming in. We also have, starting behind them in row number 7, that's Justin Franklin. Oh, he's here.
Connor Mears.
There he is.
It's incredible. That is your row number 7, by the way. Row number 8 is a take it away. You don't need to do this anymore. John Cittadino is going to start next to Austin Yokoma. I guess you can do row number 9. Go ahead.
Oh, maybe I will. It's Chris Davis in the number 06 machine. He starts next to Dylan Young, who also has another really fast car this time. He didn't qualify the best, but that's a fast race car.
And they start ahead of Timothy Salmon as opposed to Timothy Shark. So they start to the inside of Andrew Weisbecker.
Then it's Caitlin Muir in the number 92 machine. That's the Tillamook Toyota. Starts next to David Walsh in the One Main Financial 56.
And they start ahead of Deacon Jones, who won from 27th last week. This week he starts 23rd to the inside of Tom Jones.
And starting the race from behind them in row number 13, Nick Fountain in the number 39 for Supreme Motorsports starts next to Dakota Cottle in the 5.
And then we have Adam Douglas in the number 40 machine, starts to the inside of Zach McAdoo.
Give me 1 second here. I need to get you your stream. Need to be able to see stuff.
Well, they start ahead of the Dylan Touchton and the Sammy Cobb. You might have to delay because they only get one.
Right. I already did.
All right. This is your P3.
I'm about to.
They are really chugging along on this map right here. This is a 1.5 mile. It doesn't seem
right
like
here. All right, here you go. Now you're good.
All right.
All right, we left off on the Zachary.
There's a Sammy Cobb.
Sammy Cobb, Dill Touchton. So then it's Joshua Lockhart for the Binasa Sport, number 75. They brought a brand new race car for this race. Starting next to chase driver Brandon Crasta for Procrastination.
We have Jacob McMillan at 33rd, so it's the inside of Ryan DeLuso.
Then it's Lizzie Wesley in the number 36, also for Procrastination. Starts next to Rob McPherson, the 78.
Then we're gonna see other people here once the little thingamadoodle updates.
There you go.
All right, we have Elias Nassar in the one car to the inside of the 38 Rob Kreider. Did you already do that one?
No, Greg
You just did,
Graziano is
didn't
in the
you?
27, and he starts next to Marissa Miranda in the 32.
We have Arthur Xavier in the 87 with Mariah Douglas in the 83.
And running out the
Oh
field,
no.
yeah, it's Kenny Bambura in the 82. Bad race for Rebel Racing to start off with. And going home today is Andy Bewley and Travis Dawson. They will not be scored in the race. Just the 43 cars make the start.
I'm picking the 5 car.
You're picking the 5 car.
Yeah, the 5
That's it.
car.
Immediately, right off the bat.
Yes.
All right. For once in my life, I'm going to bet on myself. So, I had the fastest car in practice, starting
I was about to
P6.
say pace car is in, but it's not in.
No, not yet. But yeah, I'm going with the number 87, and you're going with the 5, and that's quite a bit because he's starting all the way back in 26.
Yeah, he is. A lot of good cars out there, though. A lot of good cars. Anything can happen.
Yep, there's a lot of good cars, and with the amount of cars we're going to have on track, that could lead to just about anything.
Did you do the roster before?
I sure did.
Okay. I was like, man, if it was the night before, then Reckless is really gonna suck. But
No, they're fine.
okay. Praise be. Praise. Are we coming to Winter Green? Is this the time?
I believe so. I did put the poll up though. I did remember it this time. So you can pick which announcer you think is going to be right in terms of what car they picked. Is it myself picking myself in 6, or is it Adam's pick for a car all the way back in 26? Green flag is in the air. We are finally going to be underway here for chase race number 2, the Black's Tire 200. And Noah Patwary leads us into turn number 1 with Osborne hot on his tail on the outside lane. Aaron storming up into the 3rd spot immediately as soon as the race took the green flag. That's a lot better of a start that he had this race compared to the Pro Series. New race leader, Justin Osborne.
Pro Series had quite an eventful end to it.
Yeah, one of the most craziest race ends we've seen to one of our FARCA races. The top 3 crashed coming to the checkered flag. I don't think we're going to see something quite that crazy today, nor did we yesterday. Got some action further back here, tempting 3 wide with number 15 trying to go to the middle lane.
They are just about 3 wide behind him with the 40 and the 5. They got that sorted out. The 33 is going the wrong way.
Yeah, immediately that's not the greatest start. Last lap, last time by, was set by the number 29 car.
He doesn't know what he's doing. What the heck's a polar bear doing in Austin, Texas?
Not doing well in that inside lane, I'll tell you what.
Look at Jay in P5. So inspirational. Oh yeah, he's P4. He's really inspirational.
He's moving up. Jay's had one of the craziest races here in the past, where we have talked numerous times about that one run he had back in 2019 where he absolutely charged through the field.
Why does this car look like it's like everything is chrome?
Because it is. That car is a blue chrome machine.
But no, I mean it looks like the 9, like everything, like the entire spec map is chrome.
Oh,
Because this should be matte everywhere but the number.
it isn't. I didn't have it, so I just winged it. So it's a gloss car, but with chrome numbers. And like I said, he's going to go with the 9. That's a good pick for Rockingham because this is the driver I was just talking about who did that charge a few years ago. Jay, for some reason, is really good at this racetrack. I don't know why, but every time, no matter even if it's the NR days or iRacing like this, does really good at this racetrack.
Well, he's kind of married himself to the middle lane.
That'll help out in the long run, though, for sure.
There goes Boad.
Brad, who lost a couple spots in the on the start of the race, trying to get some moved up. Back inside the
Jay's
top
blocking
five.
the 44 now. Will not let Brett go by.
Up front, Aaron's gotten around Noah Patbury, and he's trying to make a charge up to the front, getting closer to the number 79.
Not Pat where he was saying obscenities on the radio. After getting passed by the 97, I'm very happy to be passed by the 97.
I bet. And he was so close to making it into the chase as well, so
I was about to be like, oh my god, the 84 is out, but didn't make the race.
yeah, first time this season. Biggest mover of the race, Dylan Touchton, up 17 spots, all the way up to 13th now. Not a chase driver, but having a lot better stinger races now that the chase has started. I'll have to figure something out to do. Work out better for the next season. This one, no. This is an offline race only. The only one that we race online with is the Pro Series, but there is still the same names. A lot of these people are using their actual identity. Another driver who's really struggled is our Speedy Quinones. From the same team but opposite end of the spectrum, has really dropped a lot of spots, down 20 positions in 12 laps.
There's still a long race to go, but it's not something that you want to see out of Danny. One of the more promising drivers doesn't have a win yet. All of his reckless teammates have gotten wins so far this season, and they know that everybody wants to get the 16 into victory lane before the season's over.
There's going to be a
But
shakeup of quite a few drivers, so that silly season is going to be fun.
Yeah, it is, and of course Zach McAdoo is going to be departing from Reckless Racing. We don't know exactly where he's going to land just yet.
Yeah, there's going to be a big change up over at Aaron's driver camp. There's actually huge news that's going to be coming up following the race in regards to one of the racing organizations, and they look forward to grabbing a couple really fast drivers for next season as well.
See, Justin Osborne is still in control of this race over the 97.
Yeah, that lead did get down to 3.5 tenths, but since has changed. And now, actually, Aaron is under fire from Noah Patwary once again, who is now trying to look to his inside. So these two purple cars are battling each other. And Timmy Weathers has joined in this battle. Fourth place car moving up as well. This is expected to be a two-stopper of a race, just like it was last week. Main thing that'll depend on is how many yellows that happen. It is possible to do a single stop, especially if fuel saving is done throughout the race. It was looking to be a battle.
Was really trying to make the inside lane work, but fell short. That allowed Timmy Weathers to get to third.
Yeah, we're not going to see the inside lane really start to come in and work for these drivers until the very end of the run. then we'll start seeing drivers charge on it. Otherwise, if they're going to make a move, they have to do it from the outside. Or they need to get down to the inside of the drivers and crowd them up high and get to the middle lane where all the grip is. Another good day for Tom Brad Development. They've got a lot of new race cars lately, and the new sponsors are really working out well for them at Rockingham. We got Brad in 5th, and Tom Jones is up to the 9th spot, 15 positions gained from where he started in the new colors on the number 46. Tim Salmon right behind him. TXS had a really good race in the truck series here. Toyotas were very dominant. It's starting to look that way too, if more of them continue to move up. It is a 1-2-3 at the front of the field for him, but then it's all Fords. No Chevys in the top 10. Your first Chevrolet is just Finesto, who's dropped back 5 spots, and so has the next one, which is Makoto Kino. Things are changing at the front of the field again. The number 97 has caught to the back bumper of the 79, trying to look to the inside here out of turn number 4. This could actually be a good run for the lead if he's able to dive into the corner hard enough, but no, he is going to wait for another opportunity. See how high the 79 is working? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's going to leave just enough of a lane for Aaron if he's able to get to the side panel of that car. There's a good example just like that. That's close as we've been to see somebody going for the lead there. Trying a different lane all the way at the bottom that time. Now, we saw how hard the Goodyear fall off is. I'm curious what we're going to see with the General tires. Different tires are used in this series as opposed to what's used in the Super Trucks and the Pro Series.
Yeah, it's going to matter on how hard these drivers are willing to push it as we approach lap traffic. Some of the slower cars in the field. See Arthur Xavier just ahead of the 79 car.
Lap traffic is going to be key here.
Yeah, it's really going to depend on where Osborne catches and how hard he's willing to push to pass the 87. See Aaron get to his inside. It's going to... Oh, yeah, you really need to get the power off the corner to stop the 79 from shooting underneath the 87.
Yeah, what he wanted
Aaron's
to do there was
try to go lower.
Just keep him and hopefully use him as a pick, but that ended up not being the case. And now it's going to be up to, oh, they might switch it up here because Osborne went for the lower lane and he took it away from him. New leader, number 97.
Yeah, it's really going to depend where they catch the 87. Because, I mean, everybody here does have pretty good pace.
Yeah, we're going to see this flip-flop a bit as they go back and forth with the car that they're trying to get around with. What's kind of interesting to see is that this is the first car that they've caught and they're struggling with it. Normally the pace disparity is high enough to where this is not an issue and they are able to cut around the traffic, but they are struggling.
And it's only going to get harder with the better cars that they catch through this.
And then you have to be mentally patient because you don't want to be using up your race car trying to get around the stop traffic. There's still 70 laps in with this run before the halfway break.
Dakota Cottle has moved up to 9th now from his 26th place starting spot. So Aaron's being able to put 2 lap cars between himself and Justin Osborne. Osborne's still struggling with the lap traffic.
Yeah, it's going to be a big help. And still isn't quite cleared. There he goes. Finally gets around to cleared the number 87. Rest of the top 10 is kind of stagnated in place. Dylan Touchton is still on his charge in the number 69 car. He is now up nearly 20 positions from where he started. And he's just got done with battling through a large pack of race cars. Couple chase drivers in here. Yoakum. Connor Muir. Not the best race so far for Zach McAdoo, but he is trying to make up from where he started in qualifying. 3 wide right in front of him. They're hanging on. In the case of traffic navigation here, Aaron's done a lot better of a job than Justin Osborne. That lead is turning into a 2-second lead, and it keeps growing. Still haven't gotten around the number 87 car yet. Now he's starting to get passed by other cars as well as Timmy Weathers moves into the second spot. Brett Pritchard having a good time too with this traffic. He's made up a good amount of positions going through the top 10 now. He's got his own car right in front of him. That's why both of those rear panels of those Mustangs say do it for Dale. Noon Racing is an affiliate team to iReal Motorsports. He's taking Brad along with him, and Brad gets into the top 5 as well. At 2-second lead is now almost to 5 seconds for the number 97. See the car entering pit lane. That's the number 56 of David Walsh. I don't see damage to this thing, nor to I don't think there's a good camera angle on one of these. It is damage though to the 56. Yeah, there is damage. So both of these cars may have had an incident together.
These two were near each other, so they could have gotten into one another.
So while they got to work on those 2 race machines, Justin Franklin and David Walsh, they both will be going laps down. Such a small track like this, it is easy for each, 23 seconds that they will be, 25 seconds, will be dropping another lap. And that's going to be hard to recuperate if this race stays green like it has been.
23 seconds around 1.5 miles is just fast. Rob Kreider fighting with the 97. 97's got a good cushion to the 7 car. Does have some time to play with. The 2 Supreme Motorsports cars are now on pit road. Franklin and Walsh are still getting service done.
Yeah, a lot of work having to go to that race car. And we're seeing some pit stops, and that was both of the Supreme Motorsports cars coming in. There was a 2-tire stop for Andrew Weisbecker, and it looks like something else may have also happened to another car, because there's a lot of right front damage to Nick Fountain's machine. That is a chase driver. So we're getting some drivers into the mid portion of this run that are starting to get into the wall. That'll be another driver that'll go a few laps down.
Yeah, it's really not the race that Nick Fountain's going to won after last week.
Gotta see if I can figure out what happened here to Nick Fountain. See if we can figure out where the incident happened. Let's see, he was 3 wide. It was just contact with another car. So there was a few instances of him going 3 wide and sideswiped another car. And that contact was enough to warrant having to come down pit road and get some repairs done, and it's going to be an extensive one. So that's unfortunate for Nick Fountain. And with this being such a shorter chase, that could really hurt his chance at a title. Brad Hughes continuing to move up. He's back to where he started after he lost positions at the drop of the green flag. He has to return to 3rd place as he is battling with Timmy Weathers. And the driver coming on down, Tim Salmon in the 51. See if this is some scheduled service. We've had a couple drivers that have come in just to get some tires. So we'll keep an eye on him and see what he is trying to do. Makoto Kino, first Chevrolet to come down as well. It is 2 tires and fuel for Tim Salmon. So some of these drivers trying to go halfway through. Split the opening part of the race in half. There's Nick Fountain with the damage fix coming back out onto the racetrack. Justin Osborne's made some ground in the leader. About a second on back, or second gain to back to the number 97. I really doubted your pick at the beginning of the race, but look who now has the most positions gained.
Oh my goodness, the 45's got so much speed.
That's the difference of fresh tires. As a lapped car that is doing that on those fresh tires and using the inside lane.
Cotto's now past the pole sitter.
Halfway to the halfway break. Still no yellow. We've had a couple incidents of cars getting into the wall and contact with other cars, but we have stayed green. Looks like we had an incident as well with Jay Langelier. Notice he wasn't in the top 10 and went to look for him. Here he is back on pit road getting extensive repairs done. That's allowed Joseph Anesta to crack into the top 10. Almost back to where he started this race. Ryan DeLuso's also made up quite a few positions. He's getting passed here by Deacon Jones, who won last week's race out of Indianapolis. He's charging up. Gets around Connor Meir. Connor's been dropping quite significantly. He was all the way up to 6th at one point of the race.
Yeah, but this is not going to be a spot that the 28 wants to be in. He loses
No.
a few positions right here.
Depends if he's able to get in line here or if Sammy Cobb, yes, will be able to get to his outside. A lot of these cars that pitted early, I'm going to be curious to see where they end up coming out in terms of relative pace when the rest of the field does need to pit. It is possible that the whole field could have to pit before we get to the halfway break.
Sammy Cobb's pitting now.
There's the Nexus Racing Ford making its way on down. It's lap 55 out of 200.
Jay Langelier is still on pit road. That's not a good look for the 9 car.
No, it's not. This is a near race, and you can even see not the best camera angle here, but if you're looking at that right front, it is pushed, and normally you wouldn't be able to see the tire that are sticking out. So that's some hard hit into the wall. It's unfortunate for Jay. This is a track that he is so good at. Should have been an easy run for a top 10 and a good amount of points, but that's not how it's going to end today for the number 9
It's
car.
almost going to shatter any championship hopes that that 9 team had.
That really is. This car last season was the owner's champion, as it was when it was the 6 car. His former brother, when Benjamin Thomas tied with Noah Patwary. Patwary got the driver's championship. Ben got the owner's championship.
So the 5 car still defending on the 26.
Kind of still trying to move up. He's got a little bit of a ways to go before he gets to Brett. I would be a little surprised if he's able to make that up before the halfway, but anything is possible with the lap traffic. He's also got a really fast race car.
And there's a big group of cars right here with Austin Yoakum on the inside.
A couple of these cars are a lap down. There's even a mix of some leaders in here as well.
Oh man, Yoakum and McAdoo got real close.
Yeah, 27's way off pace. Graziano struggling. Yoakum is not having a good time trying to get around him. Going to cost him quite a few positions. He'll drop down to the 15th. Cornizo's cracked into the top 10 for the first time today. Number 15, Super Lube Toyota, trying to move up. Brad's gotten around the 79. I think that's happened for a little bit now, actually. He could lose some positions here now, as there's 4 cars in the lead lap all racing here, and the 3 cars behind Brad are all racing for the championship. See that with the white banners and the chrome additions to their car as well. for the splitter, or for the valence and the rear spoiler. Biggest move of the race is going to one of the Chevrolets now, Lizzie Wesley, later in this run. Taking good care of the tires and making solid moves around cars that are being held up by the lap traffic.
Nick Fountain got one of his many laps back. It's now 8 laps down. Don't call it a comeback.
That's going to take a little bit more. There he is.
Working on Jay Langelier, who's 15 laps down.
Yeah, both of these drivers are going to have a long charge to get back up there. Rob Kreider brings his machine down on pit road. He pits from the 24th position. And the highest driver from the pit cycles is Makoto Kino, who is in the 32nd spot. 3 wide behind them, that is Adam, Ryan, and Tim Salmon.
Some of these guys are really pushing to try to make any kind of ground they can.
Yeah, 3 wide isn't necessarily ideal around this racetrack, but they keep it clean. Hey, it did work. Let's go. Look at you at 11 months supporting your own cause.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I had the biggest time in the world because that refused to work for the longest time.
It works sometimes. It doesn't work other times. Oh man, the 12 is so slow. That man needs to find a different job.
Wow. No, he's just as slow as Dylan Young here, which I'm actually very surprised about.
I think that the 12 needs to seek alternate methods of employment. The 19 has had such a horrible year. And then Western Auto Race into the Red Bull thing, like, oh, you're struggling? Here's a new contract.
Yeah. He wasn't struggling, he won a race.
Not this year. Dylan Young? No.
Young? No, it's been the unfortunate thing. But he is staying.
Yeah,
He got really close
Red Bull
last week.
thing.
Almost did it last week.
Are you doing a horrible job? Are you bad at what you do for a living? Well, here's a new contract.
You're doing the patsovernight.com impression for that.
Sure.
Would you like a kitten? Mrrr. Have one delivered. I don't know why I never used that as one. Maybe because it's just a radio commercial.
This 32 car is holding up the 5. What is he doing?
Yes. That's Marissa Miranda.
Man, a
37th right
right
there.
now would be just awful.
Oh, really? Would it?
Yeah, it would be awful. I
I-
guess I'm just gonna have to get my ghost and dump it out the
Oh,
window.
there it is. Why is it a chest? That's weird.
Well, because I got the ghost out of the chest and then I dumped it out of the window.
So, what did the officials find on the racetrack?
A big old bottle of ghost.
One singular comically large bottle of Ghost.
Yes, the Dub Tub. I mean, the wrong company.
We don't talk about them anymore. Yeah,
Here he
we're gonna
comes
see
down.
lots of people come down to pit. Why is the 19 pitting? He's gonna give himself a penalty.
Oh, because he isn't feeling very good. He's coming down for a tummy rub.
Well, he's gonna get a EOL.
Yes.
Awesome. Love it
No,
here.
if you pit outside of your lap, you get a drive-through penalty. So he's got that going for him.
We're seeing the drivers who pitted under green also coming down. Everybody pitted. That was a slow stop for the 97. I am surprised that I did not lose a position there. That was a 17-second four-tire pit stop. That is one absolutely the slowest that my team has done all season.
It's still P1.
I'll take it. Justin Osborne's was the fastest of that cycle. 1387. Some teams are also doing some minor repairs.
You can do it. You can pass him. It's possible.
He's thinking about it. There we go. All right, and caution taking care of that. That will take care of the halfway break as well then. So we're going to definitely see one or two pit stops before we get to the checkered flag. Brad Hughes is in a really good spot here. Restarting on the outside is huge at this racetrack. So we'll see whether or not he'll be able to take this away from Aaron, or if Aaron's got a fast enough car to defend, like what we saw with the Toyotas in the Truck Series race. 97 in the restart zone takes the green flag. We are back racing again at the Wax Tire 200. And I'm actually a little surprised on Brad's move there, but he goes right back to the outside. Trying to play spoiler with all of these chase drivers around him. Jimmy Weathers may also try and have a good advantage here on the outside. He may even be able to take the race lead if he can stay consistent enough. Brad moves up to defend.
Everybody's going to have a lot more grip now, too, with all the rubber that's on the track.
3 wide, it's clean. Osborne rocketing down the outside, getting a couple positions. Make it 4 positions for Justin Osborne on the restart. So new leader, Brad Hughes for Tom Brad Development and the King's Hawaiian Bread number 7. And his teammate and team owner, he's catching up as well. Tom Jones inside the top 5 now. Horrible restart here for the 97.
There's a lot of time to make up that ground, though.
Oh, yeah. We know how fast that race car is as well. Started from the 6th position and made up those passes, so we'll be able to see what they end up doing. As race lead returns to Justin Osborne. Takes it quite easily there from Brad. Got another new leader of the race, and it's going to come from the Miragazoo Racing Camp. And it's a few Fords around a Chevrolet. Justin very happy about that. Last time by was also the fastest lap of the race, 25:17 for the number 79 car. You can see the difference here between the car behind. Nearly half a second faster than the car riding in the second spot last time through.
Yeah, and Osborne's running a lower line, too, and still making up ground on the 26. There's Chris
Whatever.
Davis out of nowhere in P3.
Whatever adjustments they made to that car, it is really working out for him. Davis trying to stay ahead of Hughes here now. Personal best lap last time by for Kuinizo.
Surprising speed out of the 15 given their season history to this point.
Making the move here on the inside of the Brad Hughes machine. That car looks fast there on the restart, but starting to really struggle for Brad.
I think the 7 and the 15 are both kind of struggling on pace, and we see the cars behind them reel them in.
Yeah, both of the TBD cars have kind of dropped. They got really great fire off speed, but they got to figure out something. Caution is out. Caution is out. We have an issue with Tim Salmon on the racetrack, and the pile of cars, including a chase driver, Austin Yoakum. Not sure what happened there to the 51. Let's see if we can figure out what went wrong. This is already after the incident's happened. He's got a right front tire down on the number 51 machine, so there was contact in the wall. And it's going to be with the fellow Toyota driver, makes contact right here with Caitlin Muir in the number 92, and shot that car straight to the outside wall. First natural yellow of the evening, caution number 2. And that's going to be a rough one there for Tim Salmon.
This is going to come with interesting strategy.
One car pitting on the track, that is the number 2, Ryan DeLusso. Cittadino also brings his machine down as well. So a couple cars opting to come down and get some fresh stuff. Get some repairs done to their machines. Checking on our drivers that were also involved in this thing. I don't see any damage to Austin Yoakum's car, but they're bringing his car down just in case to check it out and probably put some fresh tires on it as well. He's still on the lead lap, but he's at the tail end of it. That's the classic cautions breed cautions.
And confirm that iPhones do not like water.
Yes, they do not. What happened to yours?
My speakers go.
There could be some water in there that's not dried out then.
It says that allow 24 to 48 hours to dry out, so I'll check Monday at lunch, I guess.
Might be getting a new phone.
If the speakers are still L mode out, then
right. Lights the pace car out. We are double filed up, and we've got some cloud coverage on the racetrack. Inside lane has continued to struggle in the restarts. Yeah, Brad's gonna like
Brad's nightmares. The clouds come with PTSD.
Oh no, they do. Penske tire guy things. There it is, just in time for them to come back out. Green flag's back out. Racing once again. Lap 88 out of 200. See how well Osborne can defend. A very similar move that Brad did to take the lead was just pulled off there by Noed Patworry.
Dakota thought about going to the inside of Brad. Oh, he's going to try it again. I don't know if that's the right move out of the 5.
See what he ends up doing. Going for a defense here on the entering the corner, trying to cover both lanes. A little bit of a stack up and check up there from how Noah entered the corner. That created a little bit of an accordion effect for the cars behind. Brad Hughes jumps to second. Again, the fire off on this cars are really good, but they just don't seem to hold on to it. Tom Jones trying to make a move here on the outside of the 5. It's the battle for the 3rd spot. Right here's trying to get something done for the race lead. Close it down to 310s now, and he is using the outside lane all the way up to the top of the racetrack for the number 7. No, and Pat or a 25.03. We are getting confirmation from the number 51 crew. That is it for the race for them. They will be packing it up and taking it home. So that's unfortunate for the 51 crew. Overshadowed there by Noah Pat Ory, but Dakota Cottle also turned a 25.17. That's the 2nd fastest lap of the night. 5 car looking really strong. Pritchard and Aaron been battling at the back of the top 10 here and trying to make some moves around the inside. Lost the race lead from that first restart. Struggling in the dirty air. Tushion's almost gotten to the top 5, but he's got his team owner that's going to want to get this position taken care of as soon as he can. 17 side drafting into the corner. Zach McAdoo will take the 7th spot away from Brett Pritchard.
Deacon Jones trying to find any way to move forward. Surprised to see Timmy Weathers mired back there in sub 20 positions.
Now, I'm not sure what went on with that first pit stop, but the times themselves look good. So I'm kind of surprised that they have fallen back this far. Ooh.
Oh.
And a huge shove between the two chase drivers, and that's going to be
damage.
That's enough for a caution too.
Yeah,
that car's way off pace. I think that may have actually been assisted. So check this out. Yeah, this just occurred. Caution was called for this because of the pace difference in the 28. But watch the number 41 here. Nope, this is just a difference of trying to pick a different lane or follow the 55 into the corner. Credit to Weathers for hanging on to this thing. But that was definitely a hard enough hit that could have even hurt the suspension of the 28 car. That is Deacon Jones, our winner from last week and our regular season champion.
Yeah, it's just not a heads-up move because, I mean, he should have known that the inside wasn't the way to go, and he was pretty much married to the bottom. Didn't need to be. It wasn't. They were struggling on pace because of it. Got to be willing to run the top side.
So he brings his race machine down pit road, and for the car that was involved with the incident along with him, Timmy Weathers, he is staying on the racetrack. Now he's going to bring it down. They've got to go to work on that rear panel because that is going to hurt the aero of the car. Even the right rear of that is pushed in. Last thing you want to worry about is a tire rub. Seeing cars from 20th on back coming down pit road, this is going to be a strategy call because of the disparity in tire wear. So this should give him about a good free half a second as well. That started off with Joseph Ernesto bringing down the entirety of the field along with him behind. So the top 19 stayed out. Caution number 3 of the evening. Race leader is Noed Patwary in the number 26 for Reckless Racing, last year's champion. He was a rookie. Still managed to take the whole thing with the dramatic tie finish. Double filing up. Get ready to go back racing. This will be at the actual halfway point too. Waiting on Noah Patwary. Takes the green flag, gets us going back again. Brad's going to try a similar move that he did last time. Nearly had contact between the two leaders. Patwary decided he did not want to dare with it at all. And now it is a TBD 1-2 with Tom Jones having a great restart. Two reckless cars also battling here, and there's the number 97. 3 wide behind. I saw that. Touch to making a move on the inside there of Nick Fountain and Adam. Oh, and the 50 is going to spin right in front of the field. I don't know how they didn't crash. That could have been disastrous. So many chase drivers right here as well. They kept it together and we stay green. Three wide being treacherous as it usually will be. Still, the leader is number 7 of Brad Hughes and Tom Jones. 1-2 coming out of this camp. Last time they won was when we had the Gen 4 cars, and they put on a show for us at Kern County Raceway. Short tracks definitely be the strong point of this race team. Chris Davis getting around the 97. Got a really strong Chevrolet. He's been staying inside this top 10 despite all the restarts. We're going to see Lockhart move up as well. He's inside the top 15 for the first time tonight in the Benalta Sport number 75. This car has missed several races this season. That's good to see him having a better one for once. Hopefully it stays that way. Just halfway through the race. Ryan's also moving up pretty well as well. Affiliate team there to Tom Brad Development. Their premier cars come out of the same shop. So they're making adjustments throughout the run and starting to work out for them. Ryan is one of the drivers that pitted earlier on, as is Joseph Inesto. He's got 25 lap fresher tires, and it's really working out here for the 62 as he has gone from the lower 20s all the way up into the 8th position here in about 8 or so laps. That's just the difference in the tire wear. Everyone is expected to still at least need another pit stop, so that is a really good strategy call there for Team Motorsports. Good news here for the Deacon Jones team as they have gotten that car repaired and he is returning out to the racetrack. The race keeps going like the way it is and more cars end up leaving this thing. Try and salvage as much points as possible. Zach McAdoo has gotten around the number 46 Tom Jones and trying to go for the race lead as well. Highest chase driver in the race so far is Zach McAdoo. As far as Brad's hanging on to it, because that last restart, they really fell away after the pace really started to get going again. That'd be a cool one for these guys. We'll see what ends up happening. Let's go on further back in the pack. Austin Joachim, one of the cars that came back down. He was involved in that last caution, or one of the last cautions. Starting to make up some positions back inside the top 20. They pitted on that last one as well. So I'm making up some positions. Got the fresher tires. On board with Sammy Cobb, one of your chase drivers. Not having one of the best days. He's currently sitting in the 29th position. And trapped a lap down as well. The Weathers is really off base. They did get that rear panel replaced though under the caution. Tempting 3 wide there. That could have been a disaster as that would have been a total hooking of the 55 by the 77 there if he did not check up in time. Adam battling with one of his favorite drivers, number 12.
It's not for a position. I need somebody to toss something out of the window.
Oh, it is for position. Something's already been tossed out the window. Can't be done again. Steal a Brad Hughes lead. 7/10 over Zach McAdoo. And they've got a second over the Tom Jones machine. They're running about even. See the difference between the two leaders. They keep flipping back and forth between each other. ran nearly identical laps that time by. They did actually run the exact same lap time. Now they've caught back up to lap traffic. We'll see how this goes. Brad attempts to go to the inside here of Kenny Bambura. We saw this make or break drivers earlier in the race. 97 was really good at getting through traffic. Continues to try and commit to this inside line of the 82. And gets the pass taken care of. And Zach McAdoo is able to do it a lot quicker than the 7 car did. That is not what Brad wants to see. They'll be catching more lap traffic here probably in the next 5 or so laps. Tom Jones getting around the 82. Lost some time. Battle for the 5th spot. Or battle for the 4th spot as the group of these drivers still around each other. Ryan DeLusso is going to waste no time getting around the 82. He was going to use them as a pick, but now he's just struggling on the inside lane. Getting some help there from Aaron. Practically pushing the 2 through the corner. Both of them get around it. Saw that Aaron was really good with lap traffic earlier in the race. '17 struggling with the 32 car. Just lost that. He whistled to the back bumper of the 7, but now he is about to fall to the 46 car. And there he goes. Brad working on Elias Nassar. He's got 2 seconds now, so it's just like before when the 97 was leading. Brad's having a good time with what he's able to put between himself and the 2nd place car. Ryan DeLusso started to break away from that little pack of 4 cars. He can start to focus on trying to catch Zach McAdoo and Tom Jones, which they're having the battle between themselves on working through lap traffic as well. Got all 3. We see 3 cars there from Reckless Racing inside the top 10. The only one we're missing is Jay Langelier, who was involved in an earlier incident. He's in the 42nd position. There's no way they're going to be able to make up that many laps up before the end of the race. Aaron trying to make another move here on the 2 again. He keeps trying the inside line. He's confident that the car can do it on the inside line. Just hasn't been able to get it done. See what they do here with catching Marissa. Ryan continues to work with the inside. Aaron's still able to navigate through traffic pretty quickly. We'll check out there for 32 onto the 5. It's going to slow down Cottle. Coming to 65 to go. I would believe we're going to start seeing pit stops in the next 20 or so laps from takers. They're going to try and cut this thing in half versus those that are going to try and run it all the way out to the end. Got a lot of cars that last pitted on lap 74, and the run is about 90 or so laps. And for drivers that pitted on that last cycle, that would be led by none other than Daniel Quinones, who's starting to really turn his race around from where he started. I guess he started in 10th, but he dropped all the way down. He's doing a lot better now. At one point, he had lost the most amount of positions in the race. So back inside the top 10 here, and it's got Joseph Ernesto right behind him.
These are things we love to see.
They made it a point after the last race that they're going to do whatever they can to get him a race win. He's the only driver at the organization that hasn't yet for the season. They know he's got the speed in the car. They just got to give him one that'll work out for him. And, of course, the strategy was the biggest thing that hurt him at the last race, but they have nailed it this time. He is currently running in a cycled second position. It is possible for these guys to make it to the end. They have to feel safe, though. And it's going to be kind of a tall order, the same as last time. But if they can get it to work out right, that could be big reward for them, especially if this stays green. Now still working on the 06 of Chris Davis. While we were yapping about them, Aaron's gotten around and up to the 4th position. Still 5 seconds on back from where McAdoo is with Jones for the battle for second, which these two are back next to each other again as they are lapping Elias Nassar and one of the Rebel Racing drivers. They have not done well. That team is hurting. Brad's got a nice 3.5 second lead. Just calm and collected, picking off one car at a time. Big old group of cars now as more join into this battle. Pretty much the entirety of 4th to 10th is all here. Connor's going to be catching up to it here soon. That's that big old group of cars ahead of him. On board with the Ghost Energy machine. McAdoo's lost some pace there. Caution is out. Caution's out. Nick Fountain, the number 39 car, has crashed on the speedway. Where is Mr. Nick Fountain? There he is on the backstretch
Who's
with a ton of damage.
already experiencing a horrible race.
And that just went from bad to worse. Looks like he's going to make contact with one of his
Run into
good
me.
friends. Yeah, right into the quarter panel. Very similar incident to before.
That pinto bean.
Oh my god. So that is what's probably going to do it for the day for Nick Fountain and a DNF. Look at that entire right front locked up.
It's something that nobody wanted to see at all.
This was a comeback of the century for Supreme Motorsports in terms of their year in total. Came into this with the season with no manufacturer support, no sponsors, and worked themselves up throughout the entirety of the season. And that is a
New
whole
logo.
year's worth of rebuilding that's gone down the
New
drain.
logo, new crew chiefs, new car chiefs, new pit crews. Just the management team stayed the same. They decided that they needed to make a lot of changes. Everyone but Brad Hughes is pitting. Oh, Brad is on pits.
No, he was on
I
pit
told you
road.
he's on pits.
I don't know why he does that. But it looks like the only people we have staying out, and this isn't a. Oh, they did end up coming down. The whole field is on pit road. So this will be a
Right,
battle
so
of.
it looks like if things stay the way they are, we are going to leave with Aaron Douglas in the uh, point lead.
I thought no
Possibly
with
over
Pat
Zach
Ray.
McAdoo.
I thought he was
He's
already
not.
coming out. I was like, that was an insanely
Ugh.
quick stop for them. Brad Hughes, first one out of his pit box.
Oh, Jeff Gannon.
Aaron's going to jump up to the second spot here on pit road. Zach McAdoo with a slow pit stop. He's going to lose some positions here, as does Tom Jones. It's
I
going to
think
put
that
Aaron
was strategy.
into.
I think McAdoo wanted to be on the outside, so they waited.
It is possible because that was a 17-second pit stop. I think Tom tried to do the same thing. That was a 19-second pit stop. So either they missed something on the car, maybe missed a lug nut or two, and had to go back. But that's a slow stop for the Tom Jones crew.
Oh, he might have a penalty. Maybe.
No, they're recycling some lap cars here. When we normally do wave arounds with every single caution here, but this is a very tight racetrack, and it takes a good 20-25 laps for them to actually cycle through. So while we normally do it, this is not a track that we do it at because cautions here would eat up such a majority of the race. So if you got a driver that is a lap down, that is a apology, but that would be the sim just can't handle it well here at these tighter tracks. All right, so Brad Hughes is going to be leading this thing. No driver has been able to maintain the lead on a restart so far this race. It's always been the driver there on the outside, which is Aaron Douglas, who's had a prime position. Green flag is back out in the air, lap 146 out of 200, heading into the final quarter of the race. See if Aaron tries the same mood that Brad's been pulling on him the entire race. And no, the fire off of the TBD cars will be the first cars to maintain their lead on a restart. Just Vanessa now trying to look to the inside for the second spot. Aaron trying to defend the lower line. Nessa's going to look to the outside. Aaron's going to let him go on by. Zach McAdoo there also looking to the outside. 3 wide behind. That's Connor Meir there to the inside with Ryan DeLusso and the number 16, his former teammate there on the outside. They're still 3 wide heading into 3 and 4. Everything stays clean. More 3 wide action. 40 trying to make some passes here. Racing around some former leaders as well. Near contact there coming out of turn number 4 between him and Cannon. Back up at the front. Just Finesto's getting closer to Brad Hughes, trying to take this race lead. A few tenths off of him now. Carnizo peeking back into the top 10. He was nearly involved in an incident earlier when he had some contact 3 wide. Kept that car from spinning out down the front straightaway. Hard racing up here with these Fords, trying to get around the purple Toyota. It's very committed to that inside lane right now. Out for the race lead, Joseph Ernesto leads a lap. Then Dumont Gents Chevrolet is out front for the first time tonight. Ernesto's yet to win a race this season.
I think Chris Davis is going to have 4 fresh tires versus Ernesto's 2.
No, Ernesto's got 4.
I really need him to stop using the inside lane. Oh man, no, Joe, no.
In fact, the only car that took 2 tires was Nick Fountain. But that was before.
Out.
Yeah, that is confirmed out. You're right. So everyone took 4 on that last stop. Ford starting to use that outside lane as well. Trying to break up the Chevrolets up front. Only 2 Toyotas in the top 10 now. That is Aaron and Quinn Izzo. Chris Davis trying to run away before Zach McAdoo can catch up to him. Tom Jones has actually fallen down to the 12th position since the restart. Cars looked really strong on that last run. Kind of surprised to see him continuing to lose more as Caitlin moves around in her car. Another good race coming out of her. Taylor McCheese, number 92. She's the highest driver out of that team right now. Connor's actually been struggling past couple of restarts. He's back in the 23rd position. But a chase train that's gone under the radar. A couple of incidents with some other drivers, but did really well in the Pro Series race, just not having the best one tonight with that number 40 car. On board with Just Finesto. Good view there with the gyro cam to see just how much banking there is at this racetrack. Randy Lewison now to the back bumper of this number 62 machine. Oh, contact there with the 26 and the 97 right as we cut to him. What caused that?
They were racing around that actually was.
Oh,
15,
yep.
15's got
That's
heavy
debris.
damage.
That's going to be debris caution. Caution's already out on the racetrack because he's brought that car to a stop.
It's Quinizo, the Super Loop 15.
Yeah, what happened to the Quinn?
No, that's what happened. That's
Oh,
where
don't.
the contact
You're
was.
right. You're right. You're right. Here we are. Check this out. Right into the corner. So get into the quarter panel of the 26 and tag the rear bumper of the 97. Throws his car hard into the outside wall. Then these two are trying to save it after being hit by the 15. These four cars there with the 5 have been battling for the last 20 or so laps from the drop of the green flag. And it finally caught up to them. And that damage there for the 15, that's going to be the end of Cottle's race, or sorry, the Quinizo's race. Because look at this whole front clip, suspension damage, and no surprise, he's going to then bring that car to a complete stop on the front straightaway. On board. They take that car straight to the garage, and 15th on back has pitted, starting with Brett Pritchard for IRM and his teammate Austin Yoakum. They are all breaking their cars down. This will be an interesting call. They're going for the fresh tires to be better, which worked for many drivers, including one that's sitting into the third spot right now. He did this call earlier in the race, and it was a huge help for Joseph Ernesto. So we will see how well this will work out for the lead cars that decided to pit. The 20 lap fresher tires. That is caution number 5. And I believe we are tied for the amount of cautions this season. So one more, and this will be the race with the highest cautions of the season. Leader of the race is Chris Davis. Go ahead and go through our top 10 here. It's Zach McAdoo in second, followed by Joseph Ernesto. Ryan DeLusso sits in the 4th spot with Dylan Touchton. Then it's Aaron Douglas in the number 97 car. He's next to Dakota Cottle. And it's Caitlin Muir, Noah Patwary, and Daniel Quinones for your top 10. Hey, Scardiap's down. We are waiting for the 06 to send us underway. See if he can defend himself from Zach McAdoo. We saw that Brad was able to do it in the last one. And it is not going to be a single match there as the number 17 rockets around the 06. 97 also getting some good positions here on the restart. 3 wide, a little bit further back. Looks like everybody stays clean on the initial restart. Ryan DeLusso trying to make a move here on the inside. Aaron moves up into the 3rd spot after restarting in 6th, trying to make another move here. Thinks better of it, but the 06 now is to the outside of him. Three wide behind with Tom Jones on the inside. Great restart there for Adam in the 40. He's going to shoot right into the top 10 and continues to make some positions. He's utilizing those 20 lap fresher tires.
It's big down to frolic right now.
Big down to frolic. Bad restart there for just Vanessa, though. Several positions lost. 3 wide behind. Outside there is Brett Pritchard. 2 chase drivers. 1 in, 1 out.
The 40 car is allergic to racing well. He's going to stay on the inside to lose all the positions he gained. He's scared.
We're 3 wide, multiple lanes back right now.
40 car is big scared of the front of the field. Doesn't like to lead. Doesn't want to score any points. He's going to the back.
Who needs points? The contact there between the 5 and the 4. Alyssa trying to set up for the race lead yet again. Trying to get that exide number 2 to move up. Getting some more cloud coverage on the racetrack, and we're inside 30 to go for the second of the 8 chase races. That's trying to make up some of the spots he lost there on the restart. Battling here with Dylan Touchton, the IRM 69. Starting to see a lot more drivers starting to dare with that inside line here. It did come in pretty strongly with the truck series, but just haven't been able to see it actually work yet. Jones's fall continues. He lost another position here, and he's going to continue to lose more. Number 55 is getting closer to him. He's battling with his teammate right now, Brad Hughes. They're 12th and 13th after 1 point. These 2 cars had a 1-2 on the field. Richard battling with Quinones here. Got him on the outside. Highest car on the fresh tires that were taken is currently Lizzie Wesley. She just moved into the top 10. She's got the number 77 behind that as a lapped car. So they are already pushing through lap traffic. McAdoo hasn't quite checked out yet, but he's got just over half a second there on Ryan DeLusso, who's got Chris Davis right behind him. Got a lot of clear racetrack right now for the Zach McAdoo machine. Just about half the track. Now inside with 22 laps to go for Chase Race 2. And let's go and check in on our chase driver. So leading the race right now And running for those big points is Zach McAdoo for Reckless Racing. Next one we're going to see then is Aaron Douglas. He's running in the 6th spot right now. He did lead the opening half of the race. Had a really strong car when he negotiated traffic and was starting up front. And after that, we got Brett Pritchard. And he was running around the lap traffic there of Deacon Jones, who was involved in an earlier incident. Connor Mears down to the 14th position, so we're starting to talk about the bottom part of the top end of the field. So it's been quite a bad day so far for some of these chase drivers. Justin Osborne right around him, his teammate, rounds out that top 15. You can see around there's Timmy Weathers. He's also been struggling today. He's a lap down. Austin Yoakum in the 18th position. He has Adam, who's right behind him, in 19th for the Big Squeezy 40. Car right behind him, that's number 41, Andrew Weisbecker. He is also a lap down. Sammy Cobb, tail end of the lead lap. He actually just went a lap down. And there are also chase drivers who are out of this thing, like Nick Fountain and Jay Langelier, who had the incident earlier on, trying to recover some just anything he can out of the rest of the day. So it's been pretty split as to which drivers are having a good one and how much the others are going to lose ground. Very crucial race to have a good race at. And car number 17 has made sure he has done that at least. Last thing he's wanting to hear is caution coming over the radio. We're currently tied for the most of the season at a single race. Started off with a debris caution, then we've had multiple incidents since then. Last one being Cornizo's accident, which was the 3rd DNF of the race. Coming into the closing stages of the race, got to shout out the biggest movers of the race then. It is Ryan DeLusso, sitting in the 4th spot, up 30 spots from where he started in the Chronic Understeer Motorsports Exide Mustang. And the driver who is still on track that has lost the most, that goes to Jay Langelier, having a polar opposite day after the earlier incidents. Has lost 28 spots, several laps down. Not a good day for Jay Langelier at a track that he is so good at. Car in the wall, it's number 79. Chase implications. That is going to be a caution for Justin Osborne. Tire down. Debris on the racetrack. We'll see if we can figure out what happened to the number 79 machine. And here it is, heading into turn number 1, where we've seen this incident happen a couple times between drivers. Heads into the corner, and the 28 misses the corner and makes contact with the 79 right in front of his team owner and goes straight to the outside wall. He's the only car that's going to be involved with this incident. He was able to get down cleanly without further incident, but that is also going to be a day ender for Justin Osborne, who was leading this race at one point in that Denso number 79. So that is going to just be a heartbreak for his championship run. And I know that he's watching this one too, so sorry, Justin. Had a good race car. And there's the reaction. 6 races to go. Hopefully you have one hell of a run. But that unfortunately could do it in for you. And surprisingly, with the end of the race here, I was expecting more cars to come down pit road. There is only 3 lead lap cars that are doing so. Brendan Krasta, Jacob McMillan out of Western Auto Racing, and Jeff Cannon. And then a bunch of lapped cars have all brought their machines down. So we're going to have a little shootout here for the end.
Some loose shit. You gotta clean it up, pick it up, go on. There's a fork.
There's a fork? Alright.
Yeah, there you go. Go off, have fun.
I'll try.
Yeah, you will.
I'm on a whopping nap. Right, so that breaks the record. This is the race that has the most cautions so far this season.
That's naturally delicious.
Naturally delicious. That's insane. All right. Thanks, guys. Should be dipping down here. We're going to be coming down to 9 laps to go. Zach McAdoo has the lead. The last 2 leaders have been able to hold on to it. We'll see Chris Davis here on the outside with a very fast race car. Green flag is out in the air. Don't forget, scheduled distance only. If we have another incident, we go to the scheduled distance. No overtime. Ryan DeLusso making up spots here on the outside. Has to check up out of the corner, but still has help there from the 26. New race leader, Ryan DeLusso. Noah Patwary trying to look on the outside now. He was the one pushing the 2 car. And he will take the lead before Ryan could even lead a lap. Noah Patwary back to the front. Justin Nesta trying to work the outside as well. Lizzie Wesley with the fresher tires, though. Field spreading out behind. 3 wide action going on with the race lead also having a battle itself. DeLusso trying to use the inside. No one's been able to do it so far this race, but he keeps trying. Battle behind. Adam trying to make up some last minute positions. Ryan once again trying the inside. 2 Fords going at it. Six to go. Race is still green. Adams moves into the top 5. He's gotten around Joseph Ernesto and Caitlin into 3rd now. Ryan is adamant about this inside position. Adam, though, with the fresher tires, making this late race charge.
I don't think it's going to be enough for that 40 machine.
We'll see. There is now 5 laps to go, and he has caught the race leaders, but passing is going to be another one. He's the highest chase driver, though. Let's see what Ryan ends up turning. It's another dive to the inside. That might leave him vulnerable to the 40. Side by side at a turn 4. 4 to go. 3 car battle for the lead. The 40 crowding the 26 up high. We saw that did work in the Truck Series race. Trying Ryan's position. Moves back up to the high lane. Drivers all looking for their first race wins here. Caitlin trying to last minute join into this. 3 to go here at Rockingham. Huge defensive move from the 40 to the 2 car.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be enough. I think now Pat where he's going to have this one in the bag.
It's possible, but we'll see what kind of charts he can put together because the draft is still definitely a thing here, especially down the straightaways. But it's a half a second now. Two to go for Noah Patwary. Caitlin's gotten around the 2 car. Yeah, if Adam's going to go for this, it's going to need to be one hell of a charge here. He's knocked off a couple tenths. Noah just needs to stand his ground here on the outside lane or try to avoid being crowded. It's going to be one more lap, a couple chances here for the 40. What's he going to do? Straight to the back bumper of the 26. Trying the inside lane. He's going to get enough momentum down the back straightaway. Final lap. Out of turn 4, the 40 is going to try. It's going to go side by side down the front straightaway. Not enough momentum. Noah Patwary wins at Rockingham. And the side by side thumbs up out of the 2 drivers. Good racing there at the end for the both of them. Huge win there for Noah Patwary. That'll be his 2nd race win of the season. And another repeat winner for Reckless Racing.
Yeah, Reckless now has 3 drivers to 2 wins.
That is incredible. They're the only team. Nope, I lied about that stat.
It's their 2nd winningest season in their history. They had a 7-win season in 2021. But it is certainly their most successful season since that year.
And the chase driver to get the most points tonight, too. This is also very important. Adam Douglas, who finished the 2nd here after starting in the 27th spot. That was all on pit strategy there towards the end of the race.
28 started 27th last week, too. But also, it's worth noting that Adam's got one hell of a point situation to climb out of. He's 32 points behind the point lead. And well, yeah, sure, things are going to change. We're going to see the 97 likely has the point lead. So Adam may have about 15 points or so behind the leader.
Be curious.
Maybe we'll see how it looks.
Curious to see how this is going to look here. We're going to be getting these put on the website here in a second. Got to mark in the cars that failed to qualify for the race. It was both the Andy Bewley machine and who was the one right behind? Travis Dawson, who had a great race at Indy and then failing to qualify the next race. But this field was one of the best in terms of car performance, so that's a bit unfortunate for them. So the top 20 is on screen. We're going to go ahead and move it down while this is still going through. Again, these are all unofficial results. So everything is seen here. You can see all the cars that were a lap down. And then these following 3 cars that you'll see. Last car scored on the racetrack was Jay Langelier. So Quinn Izzo, Nick Fountain, and Tim Salmon. Those 3 Toyotas were the DNFs in the race today.
Osborne did DNF. There were 14 laps to go.
You're right about that. You are right about that. So 4 DNFs and all 4 of them were Toyotas. Can verify that from this. Yeah, actually does have them marked as accident good. Nine different lead changes across 6 different cars, 6 different cautions for 18 laps for that 200-mile race today. Official results are up on the website, and it looks like we are clear. No one has any penalties, and the updated chase standings, your championship leader now going into the next race is going to be, and this is kind of a bit of a roll here, and why those poles and wins were so important, because it makes up for those extra couple of points. That is Austin Yoakum, who is now your points leader. He leads just 2 points over Brandon Crasta. And then 4 more points behind them is going to be Aaron Douglas in the 3rd spot. Had a really good run tonight. And you're crawling out of that hole. You're up to 5th now in the standings. So that win was huge for you with the rest of the field struggling.
That wasn't a win. It was P2.
The P2, but it's practically going to be a win. It's only a point difference. But that 1 point could matter. Don't forget as well, there is the bonus point for who gets the pole position of the race as well. Then behind Adam in the 6th spot is Demon Deacon Jones. He went from leading to 6th. That's how bad one race can turn around when you get involved in an incident like he was. Then it's Zach McAdoo in 7th. Sammy Cobb is in 8th. Timmy Weathers is in 9th. Nick Fountain 10th. Brett Pritchard 11th. Jay, after his crash, is in 12th. Same for Andrew Weisbecker in 13th. And Justin Osborne tied with Andrew Weisbecker for the 13th position. He ends up falling to the bottom of the bracket after the incident with today's race as well. And he had to pack it up early and put the car on the trailer before the checkered flag was flown. So unfortunate race for many of the chase drivers, and dropped 3 of them down to the bottom of the bracket. So it's going to be a bit of a climb for them for the final 6 races. And speaking of which, for those final 6 races, next race is going to be in Nashville. Now, I unfortunately am going to be too busy on the weekend to be doing any of the races because I don't know when I'm going to be back on Sunday. So please, after this race, do your race cars, because at some point in the week we're going to have midweek races for the offline races. I'll be taking care of the Truck Series race and the Nashville Premier Series race as well. So please make sure that after this race, go take care of your cars. Some of you guys have sponsors to do as well. That way it can be done at some point during this week. It will either be Wednesday or Thursday when that race will take place. Then after Nashville, the following weekend, we will have the Tropicana Night Race at Chicagoland. Then we head to a string of a few different tracks, going back to a short track at Dover, the Monster Mile. The final super speedway of the season, not an open race, will be at Talladega. And then our classic Hall of Fame night race that we always do at Charlotte, the second to last race of the season, before we head to Texas to crown our champion. So 6 races left. Next one's going to be midway through the week. We'll figure that out as we get closer to it. Tough break out there for the 3 drivers that ended up losing. And hopefully they can get a good recovery and find something for them, but that will do it. Thank you to those that came in and watched, and we'll see you guys midweek. And you're still going to be racing on Friday, right, for the online race?
Yeah.
Cool. So get that ready. Nashville is a really fun track to race around with the Gen 6 car, so there is opportunity to get on that. You can go to UnitedRacingDesigns.com and go to the Join Us section. And with that, we'll see you guys next week.